welcome back to more Ace Attorney Apollo Justice. Last time we left off, we did an investigation and figured out who the real killer for this chapter is, and now we're going to get even more into it. I thought about it a bit more last night, and I am literally 100% sure it is Alita Tiala now, because she was breaking in there to try and get the record out so that nobody would suspect her, but we got in there before her. And also I realized what we were doing with the fingerprint powder, because of course he had opened the safe before. I thought for some reason, oh, well, the robber, why he only hit two of them, or she actually, why would the other two be there? And I don't know why it didn't hit me at first, but sorry.
This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep?
Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. Wait, what time is it? Oh crap, I think it's 8 a.m. is what they just said.
Oh, what time do you wake up?
3 a.m.
That's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. And the amazing Mr. Hat.
Good luck today, Apollo.
That voice.
Called it. Hey, get any sleep?
Mr. Wright.
It's going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta seem almost fun.
Dad, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today?
Take a guess.
How about Little Plum?
That Sherman tank of a mom? No. Guess again.
Oh, that's too bad. You know, speaking of moms.
Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecutor's witness is? Alita Tiala, your client's fiance.
It's gonna be a witness? That seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiance?
You have to wonder what Gavin's up to.
Something's going down today, that much is clear. Well, not to worry. Can't find a killer.
Then we'll make one up. No, that's not gonna work either, so. Oh! Okay, wow. We're not gonna do the wah 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 wah. Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of walkie-talkie.
Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up, and it's a sold-out house.
Very well. To recap, well, yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party. We did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant.
Correct, dear Judge. And today, I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside.
The outside?
The acquisition of the murder weapon. I was saying it right, but then I... Shut up. The preparation for the act. Our poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed.
His betrothed?
His fiancée, our judge. His partner for life. With no chance for parole.
Very well. You may show the, lucky lady to the stand.
Your name and occupation, Fraulein.
Alita Tiala, my occupation is future wife. Ah, traditional values. I respect that. Judge, you don't look any different, but seriously. Too many brides these days can't even wear baskets blindfolded underwater. What? You're here today as a witness for the prosecution?
Honest, I didn't want to testify at first, but I couldn't hide the truth.
Oh, well, this again. Wow, I've never heard this before. Honestly, another admirable trait.
Fraulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant Walkie-Talkie confessed his plans? His plans for murder? Yes.
The witness will please give her testimony to the court. Seriously, Judge, how many times are you gonna hear, well, I couldn't hide the truth anymore, and not be like, you're the killer.
It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. Waki found out that Dr. Maractus had lied. He flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. Took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it.
So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family then?
Yes, with regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms.
And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it
fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven.
How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry a mark from the barrels that fire them, called rifling marks.
Rifling marks? Think of them as being a gun's fingerprints left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Walkie's plan?
Oh, I said that snarkily because I thought I was talking to the prosecutor, but I guess we're talking to the witness now.
It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
I don't see anything immediately that's like, that's wrong! How can you say that for certain? How? Herr Forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fraulein. It was the defendant, Walkie was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now.
I suppose we do.
So how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah?
That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point?
Could someone else have used that pistol?
I mean,
Can I jump the gun? Can I jump the gun already and just be like, you know what?
It was her. We're just gonna prove it right now.
Based on your testimony, there's clearly one other person had access to that pistol. What's this?
Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. I don't know if we're gonna... Are we jumping the gun? Forget it. Yeah, let's just do it.
Well, of course, I mean, you, Miss Tiala. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court you heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Did they just use Phoenix Wright objection for my voice? Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf. I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this...
It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance, and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder.
I hope you do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness and Miss Tiala and the victim. I read that wrong, but I don't care.
Is it this? I think it's this one. Yes. Boom! That looks like a medical chart.
Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart.
What? Miss Tiala? Whatever. Why is your name on this chart? Oh.
Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Our warm little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that?
Miss Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim.
And I don't. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess. You're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail. Am I right?
That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones like that.
There's no connection now. It doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Katakis. You love your job at the Maractus Clinic, true, but you remain connected somehow.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic.
Because of your shoes! You left them in the building for some reason. I don't know why, but... These sandals were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Farlene, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now we see your true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Walkie back on the straight and narrow.
This court thinks you need to worry less about walking and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story.
Your sandals were found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point in denying it.
Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Maractus clinic that day?
Oh, now I'm nice again. I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Walkie had the pistol. The doctor was always a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend.
What mistake? You mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation?
He was a timid small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know?
That does make sense.
Yes, but there's still one thing which does not.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home.
I would have worn those sandals home too.
So why were the sandals left behind? He pointed out the contradiction before me. There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there which you wore home by mistake? Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it is nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation. Shaft forehead? Oh, what the? No fair! He's filling the holes in her testimony.
The defense may begin the cross-examination. The Maractus clinic. Did go to the clinic that day. First... Oh, okay. I can just use the charts. Cool.
This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Yes? Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know who I was, don't you?
Mind filling me in?
Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Walkie's failed operation.
Interesting.
You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents.
This chart busyness seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, little attorney.
Oh!
There it is. I felt it. My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet vibrate just now. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Huh? And what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe... Yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. We don't know what her nervous habit is. Well then, what do we do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses. And it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow, touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony.
Boom!
Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. What? She was unsure. I saw it. Now. That's the key word. The chart wasn't a part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes now. I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence.
Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. Oh, duh. I don't know why I didn't think of this. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this?
Eh? Oh, nothing. Why should I think anything?
Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself because you were afraid. You knew what Waki's chest x-ray would reveal. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free when this chart came back to haunt you. Ooh, we got her. Boom! And we broke her, just like that. Walt, thanks for coming out to this 18-minute trial. That's all, Your Honor. Whoa. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying?
I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from our forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems.
That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus clinic, but her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. The Kitakis got a hold of this chart with her name on it. She'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala?
You guessed it.
Order! Order! I did it. I broke her testimony.
Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Dad was right about you. Wait.
Miss Tiala?
It's true. That chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Waki and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over.
What?
She hid the truth from us, this is clear, yet it is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand.
Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony, and we'll have a bit more cross-examination.
Ah, it was so close. You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo.
Nothing happened at all. I warned him, and he left. But we're gonna say nope, because there was a bullet hole. Like what? Boom!
You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kinda like you, actually.
This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala.
Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic.
Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe?
Guess the police didn't check that far.
But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day? Weren't you the one who explained the rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder.
Not bad, Air Forehead.
Belief! Have this bullet analyzed immediately. It's gonna be the exact same bullet, isn't it? 30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Yep. Well, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state the position? The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Order! 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 Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew about Waki Kitaki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him, and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What?
That reminds me. Apparently the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Nefarious. So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune? She object. Oh.
You keep talking trash about my Alita. I'll sue you, lawyer man.
Huh? Me?
Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita.
I think you mean accuse.
Same difference. Well, it was me. I shot that doctor. Me. They left me to die, so I left him to die too, there in that park. Walkie, just cool down a second. God dang it.
Miss Tiala?
I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've laughed so hard. Something funny? Walkie, wake up and smell reality. Lolita? The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fraulein. I wasn't getting out of this clean. Anyway. So, the family fortune is what you're really after. That's right. I wanted the money. No way. That's whack! I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me. Accuse. Of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money, but he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired into the safe after I'd already left the clinic. What? And I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but what are you talking about, Trucy? You had the most to lose if that chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol, now did I? Well, you could have taken Walkie's. You think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I've heard him say, it was me. I shot him. That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation, but the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point? Certainly, the Fraulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh, you see, that chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. He's right.
Miss Tiala,
Yes?
it is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day.
Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Maractus clinic on the day of the crime.
We've got her. Like, pretty soon, she's going down.
Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof that I stole that pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not.
Wait. Can we get her on that? Why do you know that? She might have been here during the first court trial, so she might already know that. I want to see if we can catch her on that, though. Be like, wait a second. Why do you know?
Yeah, I think that is it, actually. The chart was dangerous, you understand? I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. Heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. Ah, that was you?
Thump.
Apollo, that sound, it came from behind this door. Oh my god, someone's in there. Whoa, wow, they broke out. They left through that window. So you were the burglar. That was you two? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing. And brazen at that.
Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. There are gangsters, you know.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination.
Admitting a little crime to avoid the big one, eh?
Who do I remember did that before? Oh, that's right. Look at me. I hope he comes back. He's like my favorite. Zavadi! Yes, this is my favorite voice I've ever done, I would say.
The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? The killer shot from this location. The bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple.
Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday.
At the time
of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Ow. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted, Oh, he shouted. The victim turned his head and was shot.
But that testimony was proven to be a lie. Egregious Mr. Stickler did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed. If Mr. Stickler shot out from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple. Silly, silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Do you remember, Trucy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. He was mistaken.
But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken.
Then why don't you show us your forehead? Show you what? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap.
Oh my god, again? Are you serious?
If the witness was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim?
Wait, the witness was standing there. How could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple?
I merely laid out the facts for us. It's up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Walkie-talkie was standing at the killer mark, Wesley Stickler at the witness mark, and of course Palmer Actis at the victim mark.
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? I mean, it's someplace else, obviously.
As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently, Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from?
It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying?
Oh yeah, Guitar Solo Jam. Oh, hello.
Like so.
Double penalty?
Our forehead wishes to take us in a new direction? Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. Are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. We believe that and know where he stood. And the victim turned when he shouted. There's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here.
Oh. Okay, my bad. I guess she was like on top of this or something.
I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala.
I wouldn't have figured that out on my own. I looked it up, my bad.
What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can where he saw the two men.
Oof, look at these amazing graphics.
He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment?
That's right, towards the noodle stand. Order! 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 So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand?
Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I think you'd notice you were pulling someone along. There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place? Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in that stand. Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in the stand?
I do.
Well, I've got it right here.
Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand. Just in case it's like, no, you don't actually have proof. We're gonna save it in slot 2. the Maractus Clinic, and they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene, right next to the noodle stand. Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand. Yet there was only one slipper found at the scene. Slipper mark. Can this be called a footprint in good faith? Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs... wait, what? Oh, a park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on cobblestone path. Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, ja? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if he was on the stand and simply fell to the ground? That's just dumb. One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of the noodle making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there. You have a point. Could someone have hidden in that stand? Apollo, I think I may be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in the stand, some things would have to be taken out, as the bulls. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand? I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear that space in the stand. Do I have... No, I just have to use these. Okay, cool. Finally I have a use for this thing. This is a noodle bowl from the stolen Eldoon's noodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday, in the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic. Mr. Eldoon was very clear about these bowls. Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there too. Yet the bowls were removed that night. There was space inside that noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus Clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse than lies that spoiled brats' pickup lines. I would like to remind the witness of our current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent. Show me an innocent. I'll show you a fairy tale. In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus. More fairy tales. This whole trial's a fairy tale. Then please, pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand that night? And what was Alita Tiala doing inside of it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. Witness testimony. Alright. That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall in the Kataki family's hands. Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Katakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. You knew about the botched operation. So you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. I told him that Brat got his health checkup report. And that he was coming to settle the score. I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth, or it's over. So wait, am I actually looking to perceive it, or no? Oh, I am, okay. It's gotta be here. Oh. Yes, okay, I got it. I'm gonna save just in case. Gotcha! Boom. Gotcha, boy! All I did was talk and lie. What? Show me proof! Pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Little slip in confidence and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. You can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? This is working better than I'd hoped. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies, 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that. I told you the truth. Seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? Seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Maractus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. Oh, the lamp.
What's that?
You're touching your scarf again. Oh,
There's something unusual about this lamp.
the bulb is broken, and there's a red splotch on the cord. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state.
Well, spit it out.
This talking in circles nonsense is killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple, Miss Alita Tiala. Please remove your scarf.
Ah!
Gotcha.
God, I'm good at this. This is a trial to determine what happened in that park. Yet we seem to have drifted off target.
We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting, as soon as the witness removes her scarf.
I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove my clothes.
Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf.
No. No!
Gonna be a cut. I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? Yep. Your neck. That isn't what I think it is.
Something did happen that night at the Maractus Clinic. You need to get that chart back no matter what it took, even if you had to steal your fiance's pistol to do it.
But wait, looking at this lamp on the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened.
Exactly.
The victim in the clinic that night was this witness, specifically. You tried to threaten Dr. Maractus and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Maractus Clinic. Why are you sprouting feathers? Order! 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 Will someone please tell me what really happened?
I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you.
Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient.
We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me.
So you can save your own skin?
What?
I know what you're up to. You want in with the family. And if they see that chart, you're finished. Leaving me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I want some company. You!
What happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then he took that cord. Maractus was serious, deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out.
Don't lie to the court. Oh my god. So, you were the victim?
And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now?
Eh?
I was out cold, almost killed. You claimed that I then snuck into that noodle stand, but how could I? Ugh!
Well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened in the Maractus Clinic. It would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself.
I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. I've told you everything. Can I go home now?
You bear some responsibility for events that day, true. Yet, if you're also a victim, the court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Miss Tiala.
When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo.
Oh, come on, he put her in there. It's not that hard.
I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala?
Very well. This finishes the cross-examination of this. Oh! See, I like Mr. Gavin because he just wants the truth. Like, he's a bit of a jerk, but he wants the truth overall.
Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Now we rock! What? Those spikes on your head are softer than they look, or do you not have the stomach to go all the way?
Prosecutor Gavin?
Palmaractus choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious. But what happened next? He's right. There is more we don't know. But she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while. Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand? Alita Tiala half dead, Dr. Maractus pulling a stand, and a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin. Me? Fraulein, I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's go back over what we've learned up till now. On the day of the murder, Walkie saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So, he took a pistol from the family stash, with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. Miss Tiala heard about this from Walkie. She went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him, in order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Maractus? That does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Tiala. Perhaps he thought, to death? What did he do after his crime? I was just knocked out, not dead. From the state of his clinic and the scene at the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, our forehead, count to guess.
Well, Mr. Justice, what did Mr. Maractus do?
Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Do I have evidence to show what he did next?
Well, it's not a question, because I have to, so...
As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Aldoon's noodle stand. What? Killing me disturbed him that much? So he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember all the bowls in the clinic's foyer? Bowls that belonged inside that stand. I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? That stand was at the clinic. However, the question is, why did he remove the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy? Or he wanted to pull something in the stand in their place?
Wait, you don't mean...
I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala. My corpse? Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he'd kill you. He'd killed you. He'd killed you. I can speak. His next move would be to dispose of the body. That's crazy talk. You're all crazy. And let's think about it. Logically, the doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Walkie Kataki? I question your logic.
What's this, Prosecutor Gavin?
The park is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with? That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand. Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What?
Apparently, the defense is an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand. Here, please show us on this diagram. To where exactly was the victim dragging that stand? Okay, here we go. He was bringing them to the river, boys. There? That's a river!
Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. A perfect place to dispose of a body. He was gonna throw me in that river? He didn't have many other options, Fraulein. I believe this clears up all the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand, and the defendant before him. And inside that stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then, the denouement. Wesley Stickler walks up, sees the two men. He shouts in that instant. So, I shot him? You were the only one who could have stolen Walkie's pistol. It had to be you.
Well, Miss Tiala?
Nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean you've done a fine job dreaming up a story to get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Paul's backed up everything you said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason.
Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand through the park?
Who knows?
But there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows whereof I speak. Where of what? I can't believe she's still trying to deny this. Is it true, Prosecutor Gavin?
Must I always be the one to point out to our forehead's errors?
Maybe there really is something.
I believe Fraulein speaks of our doctor's car.
His car?
That's right. The Maractus Clinic has that big garage.
And which is that? A green sports car, was it?
Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car. And so we find our victim without probable cause to steal that stand. And that offense without a case. I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. What an excellent counter-argument, Fraulein. Too bad you're quite wrong. Eh? Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your father. Dad?
That's right. That night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car. Oh yes, I'd nearly forgotten about it.
Afterward, he drove it back to that garage. It ran fine. That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car, A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead.
No. No! I'm so close. Order, order, order! Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Mr. Maractus use his car to carry the body?
Is that a groan of surrender I hear? Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you'll know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days.
Everything I've learned? God dang it, are you secretly helping me? Mr. Justice, this contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night. What? I haven't had... No, my god, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Okay, I tried both of their options, but the card stopped working because it got in a crash. Or at least that's what I'm assuming. Or something like that. Yeah, maybe that's it. It's all coming together. I don't know why I didn't think of that, my bad. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car.
Now you're making even less sense than usual.
Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put 1 and 1 together, and the explanation is simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you can show us some evidence? Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night. Oh my god. Let me see now. Again?
All sorts of things come from them, even the truth.
Another crime was committed on the night of the murder, the theft. The latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid in the Maractus Clinic garage.
What?
The snatcher hid there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them. Why? Weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin.
So you're here investigating? And I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost.
Your hog?
My motorcycle won't start. A clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad. Looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that could break from just that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Plug the exhaust and they won't run. My, how interesting.
Well, Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling. He snuck in the Maractus garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start.
What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of.
Well, Miss Tiala, this wraps up your doubt quite nicely, I think.
So it does.
Oh, okay, that's some lag.
Where am I? So dark, can't see, cramped, pain, my throat's burning.
What's your problem? You, Doc, I know what you did.
Walkie?
You lied to me. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man. Wait, let me explain. Fine, I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think how. It's not just me.
No, he'll ruin everything. I have to stop him.
Cease this at once, you two! Wow. Wow. That was not very nice, but okay.
Funny, this isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad.
There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand?
In silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use the public phone to inform the police, which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left that slipper print. Dr. Actis didn't bother taking my slippers off. He threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though.
So that was your mistake.
No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice.
Huh?
I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Walkie declared guilty, it was you.
Wow. Thanks. I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tiala doing?
She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now.
Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone you just lost.
I think he already knew.
He already figured out she was the killer a while ago.
Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days.
You lost, but they didn't exactly win either.
Something the matter, forehead?
Looks like it's time to announce a verdict. Not guilty. Woo! We did it. Like a boss. Yep. Court is adjourned. Yeah, we did it. Yeah. 4:12 p.m.
Great job, Apollo. You nailed it. Yeah, we did. Somehow. Walkie's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he always wanted to be. And he has you to thank.
Hey, attorney man! You're gonna pay for what you did to my Alita, Holmes!
Or to blame, I guess.
Give my Alita back! Stupid pointy-headed attorney with a death wish! Enough, Walkie!
Ah, Mr. Kataki.
It's high time you opened your eyes, Walkie.
What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you open yours. Giving up the life, trying to become some kind of businessman?
Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie.
I'm afraid the guard is gonna throw them both out.
If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending?
Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kataki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Walkie. Walkie? Paul has something to tell you.
Huh? I do? Way to put me on the spot.
What's that? Show him the reason why, Apollo. Why is Mr. Kataki trying to become a businessman?
For his medical bills, isn't it? Did it say the price anywhere? Is it on here?
Think about it, Walkie. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday.
It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is.
She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you?
I searched the globe, and I found one. A doctor who can take that bullet out of you, Walkie. But it's an expensive procedure.
Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't you?
I won't use it. It was the gangster life that did this to you, Walkie. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean.
Aww.
Oh, what? What? Please understand, Walkie.
Dad. Man, see how it is, old man? Always you looking out for Walkie? Listen good, old man, one day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see who's the OG. Try to hide in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. My, Walkie?
No, it's as it should be.
Mr. Kataki.
I liked him more without the puppy dog eyes. I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words, but I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you.
Who, me? I don't think.
Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kentucky lime pie.
Is he opening a pie shop?
So long.
Why are your eyebrows always covering your eyes? And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo, to the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when do I work at your agency? Aw, we make a good team. Don't just stand there, let's get going. Why not? She did help me out. And there's a few questions that still need answers.
Oh, no, I thought she had something going on now.
Like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her.
And Mr. Wright, but he doesn't want to tell me anything, so that's cool.
Though I can't say I care much for what her father has become. Oh, hey, that's right. We have to go someplace first.
Huh? Where?
Why, to claim our reward from Mr. Aldoon. Ah, salty noodles. Right, you got a stand back already? Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. The special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat.
Oh, it's special, all right.
Please, anything but him. He's the worst. I hate him.
The end. I always like it when it's in capital letters because it feels like they're just yelling at you. The end. Turnabout Serenade. And that's the end of chapter 2. Well, wow. I can't. I hate to be that guy, but the ending did feel a little bit unsatisfactory. The fact that we just went over her motives so quick of like, oh no, he can't find out. It felt a little bit anticlimactic in my opinion. And I don't know how to describe it because it makes sense, but at the same time it doesn't give me the sense of fulfillment that I've gotten in some other Ace Attorney games. Even in the first chapter of this game, I thought it had a stronger ending. Yeah. But I really like the twist. I like the fact that she had this dark side to her personality that we didn't think of. It was easy to figure out, though. I figured it out like by the end of last episode. And yeah, I mean, I like this case for sure. I think the first case was a little bit stronger. I thought Waki was a bit of a forgettable character. I liked his father. The mom was also kind of like just there. I don't know, nothing too crazy. I liked Emma being reintroduced. I liked Mr. Aldoon. He was probably my favorite new character introduced. Yeah, that's basically it. But that's going to wrap it up for this chapter, guys, and this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Stick around to see more of this awesome game. And this is going to be going every single day until we finish it. And yeah, next episode we'll be starting episode 3, or chapter 3, episode 7, I think. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.